Hello, everybody. So it's that time again. Today is the 15th, but this is for whenever you watch it, it's going to be helpful. Okay. Family buttons. Okay, this is going to be a doozy, huh? All right. Let me make sure this is up. Nope, it wasn't. Okay. Family buttons. I was 35 years old the first time I spoke to my mother and refused to buy into her games and manipulation. I was terribly frightened and almost couldn't believe I was doing this. I found I didn't have to be mean. I didn't have to start an argument, but I could say what I wanted and needed to say to take care of myself. I learned I could love and honor myself and still care about my mother the way I wanted to, not the way she wanted me to. Anonymous. Who knows better how to push our buttons than family members? Who, besides family members, do we give such power? No matter how long we or our family members have been recovering, relationships with family members can be provocative. One telephone conversation can put us in an emotional and psychological tailspin that lasts for hours or days. Sometimes it gets worse when we begin recovery because we become even more aware of our reactions and our discomfort. That's uncomfortable, but good. It is by beginning this process of awareness and acceptance that we change, grow, and heal. The process of detaching and love from family members can take years. So can the process of learning how to react in a more effective way. We cannot control what they do or try to do, but we can gain some sense of control over how we choose to react. Stop trying to make them act or treat us any differently. Unhook from their system of refusing to try to change or influence them. Their patterns, particularly their patterns with us, are their issues. How we react or allow these patterns to influence us is our issue. Dang, that was deep. Their patterns, particularly their patterns with us, are their issues. How we react or allow these patterns to influence us is our issue. How we take care of ourselves is our issue. We can love our family and still refuse to buy into their issues. We can love our family but refuse their efforts to manipulate, control, or produce guilt in us. We can take care of ourselves with family members without feeling guilty. We can take care of ourselves with family members without feeling guilty. We can learn to be assertive with family members without being aggressive. We can set the boundaries we need and want to set with family members without being disloyal to the family. We can learn to love our family without forfeiting love and respect for ourselves. Dang, that was a powerful paragraph. And I'm going to read it again. Okay. This is amazing. There's a couple of paragraphs. Okay. We can love our family and still refuse to buy into their issues. We can love our family but refuse their efforts to manipulate, control, or produce guilt in us. We can take care of ourselves with family members without feeling guilty. We can learn to be assertive with family members without being aggressive. We can set the boundaries we need and want to set with family members without being disloyal to the family. We can learn to love our family without forfeiting love and respect for ourselves. Today, help me start practicing self-care with family members. Help me know that I do not have to allow their issues to control my life, my day, or my feelings. Help me know it's okay to have all my feelings about family members without guilt or shame. So again, this kind of like just plays into everything else that, we've been talking about lately. It's just, nobody else is in charge of our happiness. What I've learned over the years is I don't owe anybody anything, but neither does anybody owe anything to me. Okay. It's like a two-way street. So, there are a lot of rules in our society. And sometimes they can even come across as law. They've been handed down for so long, these rules. And these rules and these restrictions, they're not just like within our family, but yeah, just like this says, I have found for my own in my own personal life that setting boundaries within my family has been the most difficult. You know, who doesn't want, everybody in, love and comfort and just everything to be hunky dory with their family, but sometimes, I don't know, there's that saying, we don't get to choose our family, right? We get to choose our friends. And I really am a firm believer that we're put together with our family for a reason, to build us stronger, to work through our issues together. Okay. I mean, maybe not like literally like, hey, let's work on this. Okay. Sometimes that happens in families. Sometimes it doesn't, but it's about learning to be happy anyway and allowing people to be who they are anyway. I know that something for me that I've had to learn is to not take everything so personal, okay? Not think that everything is about me. I used to respond very emotionally, okay? Because, every time something went wrong or something was said that I would get triggered. And it was like every single time I got triggered, it was like it triggered off like every single time that my feelings have been hurt, And so I had to learn to control my emotions, which takes a lot of time and practice, This stuff is not easy. Okay? There's a way to detach with love, and um, learning how to not raise my voice, but still get my point across, or even if my point isn't accepted or heard, I know that I expressed myself in the manner of which I wanted to respond, I've learned not to become a lunatic, you know what I mean? And it's taken years and years and years and years of practice, and and who's to say that, something might not set me off one day and then I'm like right back to freaking acting like a lunatic. I don't know, I'd like to think that wouldn't happen, but, all I know is that um, for me and in my life, growth has been about practicing different habits, to change my behavior, to change my thought patterns, okay, to change the way that I move about in my life, to change the way that I show up. I can't keep showing up the same way and expecting my life to change. It's like, no, I have to, this is like where that uncomfortability gets involved in what I'm doing. Growth can be extremely uncomfortable, but it's like learning to write it out, show up anyway, okay, and then getting to the other side of it and then enjoying like the cruise down the hill for a little while until it's like time to grow again, so like until you meet the next challenge. That's what my guide just said. So anyway, that was a pretty deep reading there, and I'm sure everybody can relate to it, and that just takes practice, and a lot of prayer, inviting God to go before me. Those are some of the things, that the little tools that I do personally. I ask for the words. I don't speak to anybody like family, friend. I don't speak to anybody until I've calmed my ass down. Okay, if something's like flipped, ticked me off, like I don't speak to them until I know that I can express myself like the woman that I want to express myself as, because nobody listens to a screaming lunatic woman. Okay, it's just like all you come across as is like crazy. Okay, and I know today that I'm not crazy, and I have my own voice and my own opinion and my own style and, my own grace, whatever it is, but it's like, in order for that to be heard, I've learned to express myself in a manner in which I feel like I can be heard. I mean, just think about it. Do you think about it? Do you listen to anybody screaming at you? No, I doubt it. Not if you're like anything like me. I don't listen to anybody screaming at me. No. or anybody shaking their finger at me? Hell no, I don't. Okay. It's another reason why I like share like about me, you know, like I share my own, because I don't feel like to me, like we're all on the same playing field. You know what I mean? Everybody shows up. Everybody has like the same opportunity. I mean, maybe some people are met with more challenges, you know, because, you know, they show up a little bit more battered than other people. Okay. But then it's like up to that person to do what they have to do to push forward, you know, just like me. I had to do that. But sitting like on the sidelines and just feeling sorry for yourself, like that doesn't fix anything. There are no handouts, you know? And if they are, for me, there's always been like a price to pay for them, you know? So, and this level, like what's for me, like what's happening right now in the world right now, it's like, or there's a level of independence. Okay. There's happening an opportunity of growth, like beyond, like for everybody to expand on such a to the next level here. Okay. And there's so much opportunity for expansion right now. There's also opportunity to get really fucking sad. Okay. And I'm not saying to not feel your feelings. Okay. But there's an acceptance needed, or an opportunity for you to accept your situation or accept the responsibility for wherever you are right now, and then like the opportunity to change it. But the key word is about like that, accepting the responsibility for your own part, for where you are. Like nobody's put you anywhere where you are. All right, so let's see. Give me one card for the collective today. What do we need to know? What do we need to know today? What are we reading? The Gatherer. Wow, look at this card. All right, let's see what this says. This is in number 21, which is a 3. I'm really drawn to the pumpkins and the feathers. So I feel like something may happen around October or Halloween. There's something about Halloween. Okay, let's see. I feel like September. They keep saying September. All right, so let's see. Okay. The Gatherer. Before we cultivated grains, we collected the wild bounty of nature. The gatherer finds abundant seeds, nuts, berries, and wild greens where the ordinary person sees only barren soil. The gatherer is the provider, the forager, and the gardener who collects roots and vegetables for the long winter when the game is scarce. She does not hoard, trusting the bounty around her. The invitation. Look at the resources you already have close at hand. This is a time of abundance. I feel like I just said that. Everything around you is ripe and ready for harvest. Banish the notions of scarcity that have limited your choices and colored your destiny. Pack your food for the winter and start with the low-hanging fruit that is all around you. See, this is about perspective changes, okay? Showing up different. And taking responsibility, like in gratitude. I'm hearing gratitude. Make your gratitude list, man. When I get stuck in the mud, you know, I'm telling you, because I get there, I write it out. I write it out every single day until I actually feel it, until it's not just like words I'm coming up with in my mind. Oh yeah, I could be grateful for this. Okay, no, but until like I'm fucking like crying, feeling it in my heart. And you guys have seen me. I've cried like that on here. You know, I get there, and then I've gotten to the other extreme where I'm just like, my life fucking sucks, you know, and then I got to like snap myself back into shape, you know, but it's about taking responsibility for, like, obviously I've put myself in some sort of like dysfunction for me to be feeling like that. Okay. So it's like I have to take responsibility for that first, and then, you know, take action to change it, because I don't like staying there. I don't like feeling like that. Like, that's just, it's not a place I enjoy staying. Like, I didn't, like, I want to have fun. I want to live my life. I want to be happy. Okay. I'm sick of fucking being sad. I understand I got to feel the emotions in order to heal them, but it's like, okay, thank you, next. All right. The medicine. Do not wander too far afield and search for what spirit has already provided. Practicing paying it forward, being thankful in advance of receiving. If you are in a scarcity mindset, open your heart to look beyond current conditions, and you will find the bounty being offered to you. Practice sharing, not hoarding. Okay, so this is about expressing yourself. This is about maybe, yeah, they said it about this lack mentality. You think that you don't have something, or you think that okay, you may not be thinking this, but this is just what's coming. Okay, that you're missing out on something. Like, something has, you've been treated like unfairly. But yeah, this is about major freaking, they just showed me the Hangman card. I just feel like wherever you're at, it could be worse. Okay? And you know, my coach, he's my boxing coach, he's Cuban, and he has like family that's still in Cuba. And you know, although the people all coming together and standing up against the government is amazing, that they're no longer being silenced, right? Okay, but it's like, it's also like, it makes me want to cry. Like the devastation, you know, they don't have weapons, they don't have anything to fight back, but they're still fighting, you know, they're fighting for their freedom. And it's like, oh my God, I'm like, really, because I see how it affects him, you know, and it's like that bittersweet. Okay, but like I was saying before, it's like this year is all about this expansion, this change, these huge changes. It's something that I know I've been talking about for a while, and I've been feeling it for a while. It's what my guides have been telling me. And even if you listen to astrologers talking about like the astronomy and like just everything going on with the planets, and over the last couple of years, like this year is like the final stage of like weeding it out. And it's like the impossible can happen. Okay, it's like whatever, like the poor are becoming rich, the rich are becoming poor, like people are being called out, you know. It's like it's a year of change, and it's a year that you can change your life, but it's also about your mindset, about taking action. Okay, it's about believing in this change. And it's happening like all over the world. Like you could see these changes. Like Cuba's just one example. Okay, like how long have the people not been saying anything, or been scared to say something, is more like it, you know. And now, like, you know, this year, it's not a coincidence that they all formed together to freaking, you know, stand up and fight for their freedom. I mean, it's so brave. And it's like so beautiful, and it's sad, you know, for everybody that's dying, and for everybody that like doesn't have communication. I mean, my coach has been educating me on, like, I had no idea what, you know, I rarely watch the news. I get very emotional, as you see. I feel so much, you know. It's like, it's just too much for me. I can't do it, you know. But you know, he's really been expanding my mind, and things could be a lot worse, you know, wherever you're at, you know. I don't know where you're at, but you're breathing, and you're safe, and you're watching a YouTube video, you know. So that's a lot more than what's going on there. So anyway, I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. I am being moved to do a reading, but I have to finish up my personals first, so probably won't be on until later on tonight. I love you.